President, these are not hypothetical questions that I have. These are actually very pertinent and real questions that I fear this bill will interfere with not just hundreds of thousands of dollars of investment, but millions of dollars of investment. And so, Senator Creighton, I appreciate your yielding for a few questions.
I yield.
Senator Creighton, you are aware of the investment that we've been making in the Alamo in San Antonio, correct?
Yes.
So you're aware that in addition to the state of Texas, we've here at the state have appropriated, in order to maintain the physical integrity of the Alamo and restore the battlefield, we've appropriated at the state over $100 million. You're aware of that, correct?
Yes.
Were you aware that in 2017, the city of San Antonio issued a bond election to invest, asking the voters if they would be willing to invest $38 million in the Alamo Plaza? Were you aware of that?
That's right, yes.
Okay, $38 million that the citizens of San Antonio, were you aware of the election contest in terms of the plurality, the margin of victory that we had? If not, I can help you.
Tell me.
Over 60% of the voters, I believe it was around 67% of the voters, agreed to pass a bond election. In your bill, potentially, because of the fact, my concern is that because of the fact that the master plan calls for the moving and, in my opinion, the improving of the positioning of the cenotaph, I believe your bill, if that happened, it would cause us to have another municipal election at an average cost of $800,000. Would your bill, is it your intention for your bill to undo the progress that we've done? And I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I'll let you answer the question.
Well, my intention with the bill, with the amendment process before us today, is to protect the cenotaph further than that.
When you say protect, what do you mean?
To maintain the location of the cenotaph on the current location that it currently exists, either with the framework of the bill that would require a legislative vote if it were to move, or by further amendment that would make the current location permanent.
So in the language on the bond election, it says here, construction of improvements within the Alamo Plaza area that facilitate the implementation of the Alamo Master Plan. So if you might say to yourself, well, maybe the voters weren't aware of the master plan. Do you know how many public meetings the city of San Antonio had on the master plan? They had 54 public meetings around the state of Texas, not just in San Antonio. 54 public meetings. They had 2 votes of the council. They had 171 stakeholder meetings in addition to the 54 public meetings. And so what you're telling me, and I'm not sure, are you aware that the cenotaph just means empty tomb, that there's not actually anybody buried there?
Yes, it means much more to Texans than an empty tomb. But yes, I know what you're suggesting through the definition that you explain.
The cenotaph is being proposed to be moved approximately 500 feet to a more prominent location with the Alamo Plaza in order to reclaim the historic battlefield, delineate the original mission footprint, allow for reenactments of the battle in the plaza. The cenotaph was a gift that was made many, many years after the Alamo. So my concern, and the reason that I will propose an amendment today, is that your bill undoes millions of dollars of investment, an election with over 2/3 of the people that voted in San Antonio knowing what they were voting for, an investment in the future of the Alamo Master Plan, just because your bill and the people who are asking you to put this bill forward don't like the fact that we want to put it in a different location to reclaim the battlefield. And the other thing is that we talked earlier, the other amendment that I have was in order to facilitate a $325 million expansion of our convention center that was also voted on by the public. So your bill asks for elections, but it's almost like it's double jeopardy. You're asking the cities to go have a second election when they had an election pertaining to the movement of that monument.
Are we, Senator Menendez, are we on the amendment? Because if we'll suspend the regular order of business, we'll consider those amendments.
I will suspend, we'll go to the amendment, but I do appreciate, I just wanted the body to be fully aware so that when we get to the amendments, they understand how much we have invested in our future. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.